Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm Lisa Blackburn. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about everything science and math. And what we're doing today is we are going over the notes for atoms in the periodic table. So if you're out, watch this. The notes are on Canvas. So download them, fill them out, and you'll have it. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is the story of the atom. So our last chapter was a little bit more mathy. So some of y'all are going to like this better because it's a little more understanding, a little story-based. So there's going to be part of this test where you have to match the scientist to their view of the atom or what they discovered. So you got to know the people. Now, Mr. Myrick is thinking about making his class do reports on the scientist, but since I just made y'all do reports on the elements, I'm thinking not. I think we're just going to let this be good enough. Okay, so what was the first mention of atoms? It started way back with a guy named Democritus. Here's his little drawing. And he was a philosopher in ancient Greece. And what he did is he was standing on a beach. And he said, this beach is one thing, but it's made out of many things, little grains of sand. I'm one thing. Maybe I'm made out of a bunch of little things. I'll call them atoms. So he just thought up atoms. Atom is Greek for indivisible. So you can say the pledge to the flag. One nation, under God, atoms, with liberty and justice for all. Indivisible. Now, let me find my little pen here. Here it is. Okay, so he gave us the term atoms. Oops, I gotta get it on draw. Doesn't work if it's not on draw. He gave us the term atoms, which means indivisible. And he was ancient what country? Greek. Yep, he was a Greek. And there he is. We'll draw a little picture to him. And he thought that everything is made of atoms. I think that's really smart that he figured out with just thinking. No science experiments involved. And so his view of the atom is like sand. So draw a little arrow from him to the sand. Another ancient thinker was Aristotle. This is not on your notes, so you need to add it. Aristotle said matter is uniform. So he added to this idea that Democritus started, is that atoms, like there has to be building blocks for matter, atoms. Now, then we had the Dark Ages, the ages of the alchemists. So alchemists kind of used witchcraft to do science. So they did spells and stuff like that. So it wasn't real science. For it to be real science, you have to be methodical. You have to write things down. You know, you have to control the variables in your experiment. And you certainly don't try to do any of the dark arts at the same time. But the alchemists were important. They came up with a lot of the ideas, a lot of the lab equipment that we use now, a lot of the glassware, a lot of the methods we use like distillation. So they were important, but they weren't really science. It was more get rich quick schemes as they're trying to turn stuff into gold. Okay. So then when it got back to science again was a guy named John Dalton. And he came up with something called the atomic theory of matter. Now, class is over when? 10:30 or 10:35? 10:30. Okay, well, we'll do one other thing. He said that all matter is made of indivisible and indestructible atoms. He could have named them Daltons, but he named them atoms as a nod to Democritus. Atoms of a given element are identical in their physical and chemical properties, but atoms of different elements have different physical and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements combine in symbol whole numbers, meaning it's H2O. It's not H2.5O. It's always whole numbers, no fractions. And that's nice, right? Because y'all don't like fractions. Atoms cannot be subdivided, created, or destroyed when they are combined and or separated in chemical reactions. He said atoms are like billiard balls. So y'all know what a billiard ball is? It's a pool. Have you ever played pool? The ball is called a billiard ball. All right, we're going to stop there. We're going to pick it up next time and talk about where he was right and where he was wrong. So this video will be part 1. Come back and we'll do part 2 tomorrow.